Hello, everybody. I've got your every session checklist up on the screen, so let's make sure that everybody is getting their screen set up so that we can all participate. You're going to hit the purple or pink looking tab down in that lower right-hand corner and open the Collaborate panel. And then we're going to hit the My Settings icon and use the Setup Camera and Microphone option because we need to make sure that all of your hardware is functioning correctly. After that, you're going to set up your BB Ultra panel. So click the Attendees panel in the lower left-hand corner of that little window over there. So it looks like two little people. And then we're going to hit the chat icon as well. That way you're going to be able to see what everybody's chatting as we go forward. So we want to make sure that we minimize some distractions. Make sure the dogs are on the other side of the office door. I've taken care of that. The phone is on silent. Anything else you need to take care of, get that handled. And then we're going to take a deep breath and just sort of center on our learning that we're going to do for the next 15 minutes. So first up, got to do a quality check and make sure this thing is working correctly. So I need for all of you to help me verify whether or not you see the red record in the upper left-hand corner. I need to know that you can hear and that you can see the slide that says get ready across the top. Is everybody good? If you are, just raise your hand down there. The little person with the hand up, go ahead and put that little hand up if we're good. Oh, good, everybody's all right. Go ahead and put your hands down by just clicking it another time. And then we'll get started. All right, so today is February 13th already. Not quite sure where I'm losing my year, but it seems to be going pretty fast. So today we're going to cover some aspects about how the social presence in a course ties into educational success. And I just want to say hey and thank you to all of my virtual listeners who are watching or listening to this after the fact. I'll have some instructions for you as we go forward. So by the end of today's presentation, you're going to be able to describe some of the value of social presence in a course, and you'll be able to describe how social presence contributes to building a community of inquiry. So first up, actually, I have a little exercise for you. So first, does social presence really matter in a course? I mean, I know we all read the chapter, but does it really actually matter? Is it something you can do okay without? So I'd like for you to actually discuss this over in the text chat. So just look at the white window over on the right-hand side, and where it says say something, you can type your opinion of does social presence really matter in a course? I mean, we've all taken courses with, we've all taken courses without. Jerry says it's a yes. Marcia says it's a yes. Here in a minute, we may have a majority. Oh, absolutely, from a prof-student perspective. All right. Well, from a prof-student perspective is what Kathy has to say. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Kathy? Virtual listeners, while Kathy is thinking that over for just a minute, I'd like for you to just write your reply in your notes and maybe elaborate on it with another extra sentence or two. And just give me your thoughts about whether it matters and support your position. Oh, Kathy's typing. Let's see what Kathy has to say to go with her prof-student perspective comment. She's got me curious about this one. Oh, a strong relationship between the prof and the student. Oh, sure, I get that. I think it may also matter between students as well, but I'm not sure that one is more important than the other. I think it's all going to matter. Well, thank you. I appreciate the participation there. So cohesion. Group identity is one of the keys to building a cohesive community of inquiry. Well, rather than a social type relationship, it turns out that identity group identity specifically contributes more to a successful community of inquiry. We saw that in the chapter we were reading for this week. A sense of shared purpose and identity around a topic are really effective pieces of the puzzle when it comes to putting together an effective course. So along with our shared purpose, a sense of ownership can foster students' learning as they're participating in the community. So that identity that's shared by the members, when it includes that sense of ownership, it's over the problem or the topic that they're focusing on, rather than their interpersonal type relationships. So personal investment, basically, is what I'm trying to get at here. But the ownership of the topic, it leads it to wow, I totally got lost there. Sorry, guys. To appropriation of teachers, the teacher role or the instruction. Basically, the students take ownership of the topic and take over more of the instruction and more of their own learning, needing the teacher to guide them less. The support aspect, when we're talking about social presence, is also something that is an important item fostering critical thinking and dialogue. The way I was thinking about this is more of a stuff happens kind of thing. Sometimes when you're taking a course, things happen, whether it's in your personal life, your professional life, you're just really struggling with a course. That support from the prof, as Kathy was talking about earlier, or from the other members of your community that you've been working with on this topic can really give that student something to latch onto in order to continue to move forward in the course and in their learning. So I have a poll for you. Again, virtual listeners, if you would just write down your answers, that would be terrific. So which is most important when you're creating a community of inquiry? Teaching presence, social presence, cognitive presence, metacognition? Let me get a poll going here. And I'm curious to see which of these you might find to be more important or most important. Yeah, this was intentionally a hard question. When I wrote this down, I couldn't actually choose anything. I basically wound up just arguing with myself. I think it's going to turn out to be that they all matter. Everyone, can it be 1, 2, and 3? Regina would prefer that I put in option number 5. I don't blame you. I think I really should. Yeah, everybody would like to have an option number 5. Yeah, and I did that intentionally, basically to just cause us to think about it for a minute and see how do we really feel about it. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate that. All right, so for our activity, I chose a metaphor. Now, our instructions for how we're going to complete this activity is I'm going to give you a link to go to some Google Slides, and you're going to complete this sentence on your slides as many times as you can using an example from your own experience, and I'm only going to give you 3 minutes, okay? Just 3 minutes, not anymore. So your question is, social presence is, and remember, you're supposed to be using examples from your own experience, and that means work, it means school, it means life. Any of those things is fair game. So it's sort of like a speed race activity. Let me go grab my link over here for you, and I'm going to paste that into the text chat. All right, so you're going to need to go there, and you're going to find the slide for group number 1, and that's the one you're going to allow, because I'm going to start up some breakout rooms for you. And the way this works is you're going to click the little door. So it'll look like a little open door with a little green sliver. I'd actually like for you to all go to room 1 today. And let me go ahead and start that up. So it's going to be a little disorienting on the screen because you're going to get, it's going to black out and then it's going to come back switching between. So I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. You're going to go discuss this for those 3 minutes and then you're going to come right back here and we're going to talk about it for a minute. All right? Ready, set, go. All right, if anybody gets stuck, let me know. Okay, for you virtual listeners, what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and complete this activity in your notes, and then you're going to turn that in when you turn in your missed class summary. All right, time's up. Oop, looks like they're making their way back to the main room. Oh, fantastic. Did everybody make their way back?
Sound that great.
Welcome back, everybody. That was a really quick activity. But it looks like you did a fantastic job getting this. Wow. Oh my goodness. There's so much. That's awesome. In 3 minutes, I'm impressed. All right. So the question was, social presence is, and the idea was you were supposed to be using examples and information you run across in your own courses or your own work or your own life. So social presence is critical, personal, unique, open, and risk-free dialogue. Oh, I like it. Empathetic. Nice. And open to interpretation, working collaboratively with people to complete a task, learn information, and maximize our critical thinking. And this. How did you feel about this exercise? You can reach me by posting something in the chat. Let's see what you actually thought about that one. Thought-provoking. Well, good. It was supposed to be, but I wasn't too sure about it. It seemed really simple to me. So I wasn't quite sure how that would go, but I'm glad you liked it. Cool. Yeah, I thought about adding a narrative to go with it, and then I decided that maybe we just didn't need it. All right. Ooh. Sorry, I gotta go down here and show our correct slide. Otherwise, we wind up not getting... There we go. All right, I found it again. All right, and then I skipped right past it and went to references. Okay, here we go. That's better. So we're back on the right slide. So we're actually about out of time, but I just wanted to say something about where we wound up. So we were able to discuss how social presence supports learning and relationships. We talked about different types of relationships. We talked about actually quite a bit for like 17 minutes. But we talked about describing how social presence can contribute to building a community of inquiry. You guys did a great job building that exercise. And we talked about the value of presence. And I think we all agreed that all of these things are actually necessary to building a successful course and moving education as forward as well as we can as a team. So I just want to say thank you to my live and my virtual listeners. I really appreciate your time, and I hope I will see you again next week. Thank you.